Do you know the like a coat clothing company called Aquascutum?
Aquascutum, yes.
Yeah, well, every time I see it, I just think scrotum. I just read it and go, what do you mean aquatic scrotum?
Aquascrotum.
Aquascrotum clothing? No one would ever call it that. And it makes me think about one of the funniest Eurotrash episodes I ever saw, which is about sort of a German underworld scene of people, of course, of people injecting saline solution into their ball sacks.
What? So they became really
It became so big and heavy.
Swollen and heavy?
Yeah, that
That
they couldn't
doesn't sound nice.
That they couldn't stand up, they had to just lie down. It's true. It's true. It sounds like I'm making it up, it's true.
Starting to question whether anything on Eurotrash was real. I mean, if you've got any more stories about Germans, like, oh yeah, these blokes, they inject extra sausage meat into their bellies. They get really big and sausagey.
No,
And they try and run away from German Shepherd dogs. Why would you fill your ball bag with water? Do they then have to have a little, like on a lilo, do they have a little valve put on the bottom so they could just sort of drain it out?
I don't know how you drained it. Did you just have to take the next 2 days off work? You can't walk anywhere.
But medically,
because you ripped the skin.
But your beanbag's not designed to have loads of extra fluid in it. There's no biological way in which it's going to go, well, I think you've had enough fun, I'm just going to go through the normal process.
Well, they showed images.
I remove saline water from inside my own scrotum.
You're giving me
puncture it with a drawing pin or something. And then wait for it to heal before you went on your next deranged odyssey of filling your own clapper bag with what the fuck? That's the strangest thing you've ever told me.
Is it?
Oh my lord!
I thought I told you worse.
Okay, it's a big list, but fuck me, why would you do that?
Oh, I just don't know. But I remember it. It was memorable.
Abbott's Langley.
Get in. Do you like people that say get in or for the win? Which is more shit? They both really annoy me.
Do they?
But if you had Tourette's and you had to say one all day, every day for the next 2 weeks,
Well, so
get in.
Get in, but
Really?
get in where I'm just using it a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like getting home and
putting your children in the car.
Yeah, well, I say that quite a lot.
Yeah, get in.
Get in. Yeah.
Or
but
for
does
the
someone
win.
say, oh, that book you ordered's arrived? Get in. Like you're using it a bit too
It's just silly.
enthusiastically in
It's just silly.
situations where we've got your test results back, and it turns out that you don't have scurvy. Get in. I told you I was eating enough vitamin C products.
For the win.
For the win's annoying, isn't it? It doesn't work spoken either. It's one of those things that's barely acceptable written down. If you use it with a dash.
And is
of
it?
iron,
It's an American term, winningest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want that.
The most winningest racing driver. I've heard that being used.
Yeah, no, that
what do
just
you mean?
sounds like that's childish, isn't it? That's the grammar of a 5-year-old where you have to go.
Winningest.
It's most winning. Now get in the car.
Get in.
Get in
the car. If it's punctuated, it's fine. It just goes back to normal. Someone brought up a really good point the other day on the radio. It was on Radio 1, I think, and they said, it was on Greg James' show. They said if anybody was genuinely talented, why would they go on The Apprentice? Why wouldn't they just be an entrepreneur without the help of Alan Sugar and television?
Yes, I mean you're sort of exposing the folly of The Apprentice, isn't it? It's just 20 pricks behave like pricks towards each other.
Richard, I sent you a task. I expected you to write and draw a picture and write a magazine article. You have come back with something which I think is a bit shit. Get out.
That's it, though, isn't it?
That's all. That's all of the Apprentices.
Yeah.
That's all I ever hear.
You've been a tit, as expected.
Get out, Margaret.
You're fine.
She was watching you. She followed you into the gents. You said you were going for a wee. You didn't. You went for a poo. You're lying. Get out.
The Apprentice has become quite intrusive all of a sudden.
Alan Sugar sort of talks for this. Yo, Richard, you annoyed me at the start, and I liked you for 5 minutes, and now I don't like you again. Get out.
I don't like the way there's a P38 on some very.
Hang on, there's
unusual
also a crime scene
aftermarket
investigation
wheels.
tent next to it.
Maybe he's he's trying to find out who put those wheels on that Range Rover. I don't like it when he's obviously got a prepared line though. Sugar,
because you can see it on the horizon.
well, because he does it. Yeah, he just doesn't quite sell them enough. But they're obviously he's had someone write it down for him, or he's thought of it. I don't know. Either way,
Please tell me
Do you
that
know what I
you've
mean?
never
It's
written this. Have you ever written a script for
no.
Apprentice?
No, I'd quite like to, because I think it'd be an excuse just to make them as shit as you could. A couple of old minis.
Yeah.
You could just give him really dog shit gags, because I don't think he cares that much. But it's also, he quite likes a pun, doesn't he? He's just,
He loves a pun.
it's almost of the ilk of, I'll tell you what, this pasta challenge this week's been a bleeding disaster. Spaghetti out, the lot of you. And you just go, oh,
That's not even a thing.
Just terrible.
It's not even a thing, is it?
But yeah, I don't like that. I don't.
Trying to say it with your jaw a little bit more locked out, Richard.
But also, he's got kind of, as he gets older, and it's like he's one of those people. It's kind of, you go, have you got a beard or not? I can't quite tell.
Oh yeah.
He's just a bit unshaven, but it is sort of a beard. But increasingly, he just looks. He's got a face like a ball bag, hasn't he? It's just. It's also feels like there's a bit too much skin there, but it's a bit wrinkly and a bit hairy.
A face like a ball bag.
Face like a ball bag. I think that's a fair.
That was a song.
Summary of
that was a
Sir
song.
Lord Sugar.
Somebody wrote a song called that.
Face like a ball bag.
Heavily modified in Clio 197.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing the Apprentice is still going though. It always strikes me. It's like, there's a series on now, isn't there? And it's sort of, I have kind of given up on it because it is always the same. It's just pricks being pricks, and it's like there's only so much you can take of that.
Yeah, it's when they get interviewed at the beginning and they just say things like,
Yeah.
"I'm a really wealthy, successful entrepreneur who just happens to be coming onto a TV show."
Yeah.
And
all the greatest entrepreneurs still live with their parents when they were 27.
yeah.
And said 110%, even though that literally doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I would say literally a lot.
In order to sustain the kind of lifestyle that I'm now accustomed to, I need to make approximately £175,000 a month. Okay.
Delusional twat.
Yeah, you just go. Do you know what? Just go back to your parents' house, unwrap that freezer bag of cocaine, and just fill your boots. How about that?
Do you know what else I'm always amazed is still on? Is Dragon's Den. I just can't believe that's still going, because it feels like
With Evan
it's been on
Davis.
for a million years.
Evan Davis standing in front of a very slow-moving old industrial fan,
Yeah,
giving you
Yeah.
a verdict on whether or not Jan and Pete were going
with his slightly statements of the obvious voiceover.
It is statement of the obvious.
Because it'll sort of, Peter Jones will go, I have some grave reservations about this. And then the Evan Davis video will go, Peter Davis.
Peter Jones.
Peter Jones has some grave reservations about this.
Just repetition. He
You're
said
just
that.
repeating what you just said. Deborah Meaden going, I don't think your numbers add up here. I'm sorry, but I just don't think they do. Deborah Meaden doesn't think their numbers add up.
It's so
She's
true.
sorry, but she just doesn't think. She's just going, why? I was here. I'm watching the same program you're watching. Why are you doing this?
Evan, stop it, Evan.
Stop just.
Have you noticed?
For
For this latest Dragon's Den, I don't know if Duncan Bannatyne's still in it.
No, I think he's gone now. But hasn't Theo Paphitas come back?
Has he?
Well, every so often they have to throw one of the newer ones off because it turns out that their business went bankrupt in 1998 or
Yeah,
something.
that's
They've been
right.
fibbing.
Well, Theo Paphitas.
But not that with him. I think like your kind of your big dog dragons, which is Paphitas, Bannatyne, Meaden, Jones. your classic 4. They just...
James Caan was good, but he was...
Yeah, I like James Caan, but he never seemed to put any money into everything. And I always felt like maybe he didn't actually have that much cash. And if they challenged him and went, James, last chance, you've got to invest in this.
I was about to say that's what I thought Duncan will have got thrown out for. It's like, Duncan, you've had 5 series to invest in something, and you've not invested in anything.
Hang on. This money, the top is a £20 note. The rest of them are just bits of A4 that you cut to the right size. Are things not going well?
Details. Aye. Do you want a gym membership?
I think that's why. I think he left because he actually couldn't raise the enthusiasm for anything that was going on. Like he wasn't even paying attention anymore. Hey, I wasn't really listening to any of this. But producers told me about it.
What, he's like texting, he's like this?
Yeah. What?
So, you're going to have to stop you there.
Hey, don't get mad, mate. I fell asleep during most of your presentation. Duncan Ballantyne fell asleep during most of the presentation. So what is it? Just some kind of jam or something. Look, I'll give you £5 for 90% of your business. I don't know if that's what you're asking for.
That's the new thing!
Yeah.
Disinterested Dragon's Den. They don't even know. They haven't even heard. So the pitch comes to an end and they goes, Richard, is it Richard? Yeah, Richard.
Hey.
Look, I didn't actually hear what you were trying to sell or how much money you want. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you, and this is the point you just got to do. I'm going to give you £1,800 for, and he just thinks up a percentage, for 69% of your business. He goes, can you remind me what the business is? What is your business?
What is it you do? Yeah. But then the other dragons are kind of gone, this is brilliant, because we're so bored. The series has been going now for like 20 years or something. It feels very... We just won't listen either.
No.
But yeah.
Well, Peter Jones has got Bluetooth earphones, and he's listening to really loud like Bryan Adams, like.
Or there's an auction going on, because every so often during the presentation he'll just go bid, and try and disguise it like a cough or something. Bid. Okay, Neil. I think your name was Neil. I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry, I've just bought a couple of paintings. This all seems like it might be something to do with bicycles. I like that. I like you from looking at you just now for the first time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer you £950 for 108% of your business.
It gets to the point where they're so disinterested. What they have is they have 2 piles of cards, like when you play Monopoly you have community chest and you have, what's the other one? Chance. Okay, so they both have 2 piles of cards. So they go, right, as usual. I was actually not listening. I was on eBay. But anyway, here's what I'm at. I'm going to give you, and they pick a card. They go, I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you £16,000. £16,000.
That's more than we asked for.
And they lift the other one for.
He doesn't want more than 10% of the business.
6.5% of your business.
Yes! He's lowballed himself. It's almost like he wasn't paying attention.
And then they go, yes, okay, we'll accept that offer.
Okay, just one question. Who are you and what is your business?
What have I bought into?
Wasn't listening to any of that. I think also Ballantyne really hates being called out on his own ignorance.
What, like you weren't listening, Duncan?
What? Duncan, it's your go. There's a new one next to Duncan who's quite keen, isn't doing this.
Yes.
But he's trying to cover up the fact that in fact, they've got like a
not the woman
print
with
on demand T-shirt business, and it's actually doing really badly, but they're hanging on in there.
That's not the woman with no neck that looks like she's out of some sort of Hammer horror.
Oh no, she's amazing.
Yeah.
I was gutted when she left that show because she's fantastic.
It's because she was the only one that seems to do any business.
Yeah, she did. She bought into everything.
She's like,
you're fucking me off now, son.
When you first walked in, I thought you were satanic, and now I actually want to have sexual intercourse with you.
Don't mind me. I'm just smoking.
And I liked her. But Valentine gets really annoyed. He gets woken up by the person next to him. What?
Okay, it's your turn.
Hey,
Duncan he
hey,
gets all flustered. He goes,
okay.
if you take your trousers off right now, I'll give you 1,200 quid. Duncan, that's irrelevant to our business case. I don't even know what the business is. I don't give a shit.